Okay, so next on here is the reading of the board activities to date. So I've got a summary of the board activities in 2003 through to today. So as I already mentioned, we have 203 active members as of June 8th. We're down to about 60 on our wait list, approximately 18 of which are beginners who we have tried to accommodate with a mentored beginners program, but we had very, very poor uptake with. We had mentors set up, Patricia, some of the admin worked on it diligently. We had wait lists, they all wanted to go, we emailed them. Came time to sign up, 2 signed up. Don't know what we do notice with beginners, they're nervous, they're shy, I call them flaky, but only behind closed doors. They're not as committed as they're not club members yet. Maybe they're nervous. We've got to do a bit more education on what we're all about. But anyways, it didn't take off. We've seen this before, so we have suspended that mentored beginners program for now, and we're going to revisit it. I think we decided in the fall. So there are about 18 of those on the wait list, and then there's about 40 other regular players on the wait list. They identify themselves as intermediate or high intermediate. So our goal is to keep our indoor facilities booked solid when we go indoors. We have lots of posh time right now, and we have our indoor facilities, Kitty Hawk and Langtree Walk come fall. My goal is to make sure that we give as much of our time and money and keep them as booked as we possibly can during the winter months so that they want to welcome us back. They already love us because we're so thoughtful and appreciative and clean and kind and all that stuff. But we do want to make it financially viable for us, for them, without having them up the fees in order to bridge the gap. That means we need more people to play. So it's a bit of a balancing act. Be 200 members. Where are we going to cut this off? How much outdoor court space do we have? What happens when we go back indoors? Are the snowbirds coming back? Who's going to sprain their ankle? Who's going to have heart surgery? So it's like, it's yeah, right? Knees, hips, whatever, right? Shoulder, yeah. It's hard. I do feel right now we have room for about 20 or 30 more players, which we are probably going to welcome in the next month or two, because it's going to keep our posh court bookings full. I'm looking at having to cancel some of our bookings. We have too many because I hogged them when Raid Road closed. I went on, I stayed up all night, I booked through the night. I got what I thought we needed to get us through September. I've got too much. I've got to give it back. It's really rude to take more than you need, especially when there's
Which
a court
level
show.
is not filming?
Intermediate.
A lot of intermediate.
It used to be our biggest component. Intermediate was the biggest. We now have been overtaken by fusion, and that's because we're all getting better. And we have our advanced, then we have fusion, then we have intermediate, then we have novice. So we need about 20 more people if they play 3 times a week, and they won't all play 3 times a week because someone will get injured right away. So we'll probably go with about 20 more so that we can keep our venues, booked. It's so wild. Our indoor months are 7. We have more indoor months than we have outdoor months. We have a lot more to pay for. Again, Bob already explained why we keep our $6 fee up. So it's a lot to think about. Okay, so summary of our board activities. We have had 10 indoor venues. 10 indoor venues. Greenglade Community Center, Panorama Rec Center, Jumpstart Court, Brentwood Bay Community Hall, Prospect Lake Community Hall, McTavish Academy of Art, Keating Elementary School, Sayout First Nations Gym, Pacific Christian School, Langtree Walk Courts, and the 676 Kitty Hawk Air Cadet Squadron. They will all welcome us back. So they enjoy working with us. Most of them have given us keys. They have all been great venues for us, with the exception of Sayout, which was difficult to work with because we were there on weekends when there was no staff, and they don't give us a key. They also had us booked for the winter, and that didn't work out because they had to do a native art mural thing in the gym, so we lost our booking and we went to Pacific Christian. So I don't know if we'll go back there. We really love the venue, but it's difficult. They suddenly closed their doors to us. We went to Llewellyn Tribal School, which is on West Saanich Road, to see if we could book some time there. That's the Wasanic. They have a beautiful facility as well. We went out, we saw it, Barb and I checked it out, and we tried to book time. Unfortunately, they could not get enough staff to come in after hours and open the gym for us. And knowing how difficult it was with Sao, we decided to let that go and opted to go to Pacific Christian and haven't really revisited that. They just couldn't get that together for us. Thankfully, Pacific Christian bridged the gap for us. The board worked extensively with the Saanich School District from September 2003 until April 2004. And when I say the board, I mean Gary and I, and Gary a lot, who writes the very patient emails, and then I write the angry, hostile emails. We attempted to negotiate a community use agreement, which they were very positive from September right up until the day before we signed the agreement. They were difficult to work with, but they wanted to work with us. They are under a mandate to make their facilities available to the public whenever they can. So they were required to try to accommodate us, and they did try to accommodate us. They were supposed to have us ready to play on them by September 1st, by May 1st. It was the 26th of April when they had a board meeting that was the final thing. Our contract was approved on our end. Teresa had gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. We spent hours getting it the way we wanted it. And then the Board of Trustees voted to not sign our contract and to defer it in favor of their board of directors going to sit on the CRD Panorama Committee to do a peninsula-wide recreational needs assessment study. Yeah, all of which they knew was going to happen right up until before that day, but neglected to tell us. So yeah, that happened, that was gone. Like I said, went on, booked Posh, now we're at Posh. We still need more courts. We need more outdoor courts. Posh is great, it's fantastic, minus that big white line that is not the kitchen line. Minus the blue line at the back, which you can't see from the other side of the court. We need more courts. We all know what's going on with Wayne Road. I need to thank our membership from the bottom of my heart for the way our club has approached this situation. I could not be prouder of our membership and the diplomacy, the kindness, the thoughtfulness, and the quietness of the voice that has come from passive protest, or whatever you want to call it, just being unhappy but not deciding to take someone else down over it. It's made a difference. It's put us up here on the map. It's made us stand out. It's also made us be recognized as the biggest club on the Saanich Peninsula. We are the biggest club by about 25% in paid membership. So don't give up on courts in North Saanich. It's not gone as far as I'm concerned. We are in ongoing meetings with them. I can't say too much about it, but I am meeting with the Mayor of North Saanich on Monday at the Municipal Hall. And he is open to talking to PCPC about what can be done with pickleball in North Saanich. So keep doing what you're doing. It's being heard, it's being noticed, and it's actually getting the results that we want to get. The board has forged a solid relationship with the District of Central Saanich. They back us a lot. They have been really, really good to us. They give us advanced booking privileges. They thank them if you ever see them. Be nice to them when they empty our porta potties. You know, continue to be respectful. Park where they want us to park. Just thanks for doing that. The club over the year has worked hard to provide an array of ongoing pickleball instruction, including boot camps with Gustavo. We had Rich Searle come and do some mentoring for us. We now have Ray Chu doing mentoring for us. We've tried to keep those opportunities as open as possible, and we will continue to do that. Our administration team has held 2 successful tournaments. Thank you to Gustavo for heading those up, as well as a Brewskis pub night, a pizza social, and coming for 2024 our summer solstice party, which I promised Fiona I would put in a plug for. Please sign up. They need to know what kind of pizza you want at the Army and Navy coming up on the 20th, I believe, of June. Our administrators have worked really, really hard to get that going, and it should be a lot of fun. In April of 2024, the board secured a trial rental contract with the 676 Air Cadet Kitty Hawk Squadron. After 6 weeks of successful indoor play, we have now secured an ongoing contract from September 15th to May 15th annually. Not signed yet. Not signed yet, but it's promised to us. The CEO likes us. It's promised to us because the CEO of the Kitty Hawk Squadron is a firefighter, and he plays pickleball in his firehouse. So he wants to keep working with us, and it's just a matter of time. I'm meeting Mary there tomorrow to talk about the lines on the floor. It is going to happen, and we have got all our eggs in that basket. I will let everyone know when it's finally signed. Okay, I think that is coming to the end. So yes, we've come a really, really long way from a small lacrosse box dwelling meetup group in March of 2022 to a fully fledged incorporated club in March of 2023 to a club of over 200 members in March of 2024. Can't wait to see what March of 2025 is going to bring. From 12 of us in the lacrosse box a few times a week hosting play for 36 to 42 players a day currently across 7 days a week. We are an amazing machine. Our current volume of play by play spots, so if you look at Posh, you've got 12 play spots there, so when you have two courts going, that's 12 play spots. We currently host 850 to 950 play spots per month. The board continues to work really hard to update and expand and refine our bylaws. It is a very, very onerous project. We became incorporated, we were kind of just required to adopt the standard bylaws of a society, which don't say very much and don't say what a good member looks like, or what appropriate behavior is, or what financially how you decide how you spend $100. So we've had to completely redefine those bylaws, and we have to do votes, and I'm running out of energy to speak right now, sorry. So that's what we're here today, is to have a vote on revising our bylaws. Teresa has done a red line version of it that was posted on our website. For those many people have asked why we made it so confusing to read, we are required to do a red line version so that it is painfully clear what we're changing. So she has done that painstakingly, as well as some governing documents, etiquette, sportsmanship, what we're expecting of our players. We're always striving to make them better and be the best we can be. These documents that we have that we're trying to approve today and going to do a vote have to be done exactly the way we've got them. The board spent hours trying to get them the way they are so that we could have something to take us through the next year comfortably. We would like to make that a more collaborative process going forward, and we did put a call out for people to assemble kind of a bylaw refining group. We've had one volunteer, thank you Margaret, offer to help us with that going forward. We could use a few more people so that it's not such an onerous and so that there is more involvement. However, the vote today is for the bylaws that are on the website right now, and there will be no changes to those as part of the vote, except for one change we are allowed to make, which is simply a spelling correction. And there was an error in 4.2 where the word directors is spelled incorrectly. So we are going to be proposing to change that as part of this vote. Thank you, Lori. Otherwise, the changes will be exactly as they were proposed in the official notice sent out on May 15th. And on that note, we are going to vote to whether or not we are going to accept those bylaws and foundational document changes. So can I motion